Hey, what's good YouTube? So I'm back with my pure Malice deck profile. This time I do have some revisions to the deck, to the extra deck, doing some experiments. Dot Scraper is back in the deck. Silent Mining is in the deck. It is ugly, I know. With that in mind, let's just go straight into the deck profile. Very quickly before we do the testing, we have our 2 white rabbits, 2 dormouse. We work with what we got. Definitely want to max out on Chessy Cat now. We need to see names. 3 of the traps. 2 Malice Underground. Of course, we were running Terraforming, and again, we have Dotscaper back in the deck. We kicked Dotscaper to the curb, then realized quickly, oh, we are nothing without you. We need to be able to extend and utilize Red Ransom to banish from the deck after we've utilized all our names to get an additional special summon. So yeah, Dotscaper is in the deck until Alliance Insight comes out. We also have Gold Sark and 3 Allure of Darkness. Just more ways to get into our names. 2 Silent Minings. I will never play 3. I do not even like playing 2. Then for consistency, we have Triple Tack, Crossout Designator, and Called by the Grave. Then we have the Bysto package. We are playing 3 Baldrake. I possibly am going to add a Sorinir. I'm going to do a little bit more playtesting and see what exactly we need. However, for now, we do have 5 Bysteel cards. Then we have the hand traps. We have 3 Drolls, 3 Nibs, 3 Ash Blossoms, and 3 Infinite Impermanence. I did order a playset of Mold Charming now that it is not $200 for a playset. So those are more than likely going to replace the Infinite Impermanence. But until those come through, these are the hand traps I am playing. So now I am going to be going over the extra deck. We have our usual names again: White Binder, Red Ransom, and Heart Scripter. This stays the same. 1 Abel, 1 SP Little Knight, Firewall Dragon, Splash Maid, Access Code Talker, Lingaribo, IP Masquerena, Nightmare Unicorn, Haggard Lizardos. Now for some experimental stuff, we are running the Decode, Talker Heat Soul. I feel like with Dotscaper back in line, it just gives us another line to go into. Then we have our Moon of the Closed Heaven, as well as the Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. So in case you don't know, this is a link to, and she states you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. This card points to this turn. So as you can see, the arrows are right there, straight and to the right. So we could utilize one of those monsters for a link 5 monster. So as you can tell, it is pretty much a way to also go into our Underworld Goddess of the Closed Heaven, which also utilizes another monster. So if you go into Underworld Goddess, you can utilize 2 of the opponent's monsters. And as you can tell with my other combos, it is very easy to swarm our field with Cyberse monsters. Different utilities. Again, it is just experimental, but just showing you something different and what the deck can do. So I'm going to be going over some testing. But before that, I do want to show you other monsters I was considering. We have Unchained Abomination. We have the Neo Tempest, which I have been taken in and out of, just experimenting with it. Dark, of course, Nightmare Unicorn, other cards to go with our Ultimate Slayer. Just a bunch of utility stuff that we can also be utilizing in case you want to replace any of the other cards in the extra deck. So I'm going to show you what happens if we drew 4 other cards, let's just say they're hand traps, and just Dotscaper alone. Of course, Dotscaper is a brick you never really want to draw, but if you did, it is not the end of the world. You can go ahead and normal summon your Dotscaper, link it off into our Lingaribo. Dotscaper's effect then activates. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card. So you can go ahead and special summon it. We now have 2 monsters on board. Go into Splash Maze, activate Splash Maze effect. You can target 1 Cyberse monster in your graveyard. We can go ahead and just special summon the Dotscaper again. Utilize those 2 and go into our Decode, Talker, Heat Soul. Activate Heat Soul's effect, we can go ahead and draw a card. We get Druisworm. So now we have Decode, Talker, Heat Soul on board. We drew a card, paid 1,000 life points, have 4 other cards in hand. These cards can be anything. They could have been hand traps if you did totally brick. We pass turn to our opponent. During the draw phase, we can go ahead and activate Heat Soul's effect again, pay 1,000 life points, draw another card. We have 6 cards in hand. More than likely, if we did brick on Dotscaper, we'd have more than likely it'd be at least 3 to 4, if not 5 hand traps. Plus drawing 2 more cards definitely would give you more options for hand traps. So we'd have anywhere from 1 to 6 additional interruptions. We'd have hopefully enough options in our hand, and with our hand traps to survive the turn, plus with the 2300 body on board, hopefully they won't beat over it. If they didn't, we'd get another draw on our turn, plus the draw already. Then again, with our draw, we'd hopefully get into one of our 1-card starters, one of our engine cards. So that's what happens when we do just draw Dotscaper. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into some additional testing. Let's just go ahead and start drawing some cards. We got hand traps, Lore of Darkness, and Terraforming. Okay, let's just go ahead and activate Terraforming. Let's just see if we did do a Lore of Darkness. We would have bricked. All right, so good thing we didn't. But we're gonna go ahead and you definitely want to do Terraforming first just to get our 1-card starter with Malice and Underground. Terraforming goes to the graveyard. Do another shuffle. From here, we can go ahead and activate Malice and Underground, banishing our Dormouse from the deck. Go ahead and pay 300 life points to special summon the Dormouse back. Activate Dormouse's effect to go ahead and banish our White Rabbit. White Rabbit gets banished. Go ahead and activate White Rabbit's effect. We can go ahead and get TB11. So from here, we can go into our Splash Mage line. However, we'll lock us into Cyberse. And if we do end up getting a Bysteel with our Lore of Darkness, I feel like it's not really optimal. So we're going to go ahead and just activate our Lore and hopefully we get something. Let's go ahead and set our Infinite Permanence just in case. So activate our Lore. We get, okay, so right away we're good. Okay, we would have been good either way. We got 2 darks in hand. So let's go ahead and just banish our Chessy Cat. Activate Chessy Cat's effect to go ahead and special summon herself. We lose another 300 life points. Let's just go ahead and go into one of our link plays. We're just gonna go ahead and go into Splash Mage to get our darks in the graveyard. Activate Bysteel Magma Hut. Special summon himself and banish the Chessy Cat. So we got 3 bodies on board. Activate Splash Mage effect to go ahead and special summon our Dormouse. So now we have 4 bodies on board, 2 cards in hand. We have Infinite Permanence set, and we still have our TB11 set as well. Now we can go ahead and do Red Ransom stuff. Activate Red Ransom's effect, get our other Malice and Underground. So we have something for the next turn. Activate TB11, go ahead and banishing our Red Ransom to special summon. We're gonna go ahead and get Chessy Cat on board. Activate Red Ransom's effect to go ahead and special summon herself. We lose 900 life points. Then we get to banish from the deck on a different chain, and that's where we get our Dotscaper out of the deck. Dotscaper gets banished because of Red Ransom's effect, and then Dotscaper's effect gets a special summon itself back on the field. So we have a full board, 3 cards in hand. We have Infinite Permanence set down. It would have been most likely in the middle zone. Just scoot that over. From here, we can go into more plays. I feel like we're just gonna do the White Binder. 1, 2, 3. White Binder. If we want, we can banish some stuff from the graveyard. Banish the TB11, banish the Dotscaper, and banish the other Chessy Cat. Then we can activate White Binder's other effect to set another Malice trap card, GWC. So now we can go ahead and activate our GWC to banish our White Binder, and we can go ahead and just special summon any of our other monsters. Doesn't really matter which at this point. Then activate White Binder's effect, pay 900 life points, special summon itself. Go ahead and shuffle the deck up a little bit. White Binder's other effect to draw a card. We get a 3rd draw on Lockbird. Okay, not the greatest draw. From here, we can go into our Firewall Dragon. Activate Firewall Dragon's effect. We can go ahead and get Dormouse back into our hand. Just so we have plays for the next turn as well. So this is our end board. Doesn't look like much, however, it is a lot. So we have the Infinite Impermanence as a negate. We have the bounce. We have Joe and Lockbird in hand. We have Dormouse and Malice and Underground to rebuild our board. Then during the end phase, we can go ahead and activate Bysteel Magma Hut and then add another Bysteel to our hand, which is going to set us off for the next turn. If they were smart, they would stop this. So the Bysteel is what is going to let us pop off when we pass turn to our opponent. During the draw phase, we can just go ahead and shotgun this. Special summon our Druid Worm by banishing our White Binder. So White Binder gets a special summon herself. Because she was special summoned, we can go ahead and draw a card. We draw Nib. We have a double bounce with the Firewall Dragon. We have Nib in hand and Droll to pretty much stop the turn. Honestly, most decks are not going to be getting past Droll and Nib. Plus, we have Infinite Impermanence set. So this plus any one of these 2, hopefully it'll just be Droll and we don't have to get rid of our board. We'll pretty much stop their turn. Then we have our Dormouse and Malice and Underground for our follow-up to kind of go from there. And the double bounce right here. And we have a bunch of strong monsters on the board. Realistically, it would have been good to not have as many monsters, I feel, because then we could have also banished our White Rabbit during our turn with our White Binder. And then with White Rabbit being banished, we could have special summoned herself, and then we could have got our other Malice trap card from the graveyard and then kind of go off from there as well. But as you can see, even with this and kind of misplaying in a way, we still have so much interruptions and there's so many layers as well, so many different varied interruptions. Let's just go ahead and do one more test hand. One, two, three, 4, 5. So we got some starters, and we got, if we did go second, the combination of Nib plus Ash and Infinite Impermanence. So those 3 hand traps will pretty much stop most decks. So we'll go ahead and activate Terraforming. If it eats Ash, it eats Ash. It's gonna go ahead and get us our Malice and Underground. Now we can normal summon our Dormouse, activate Dormouse effect, banish White Rabbit, special summon, lose 300 life points, activate White Rabbit's effect, get our TB11. Now we can go ahead and link these 2 off. Hag Lizardos activates effect to go ahead and banish our Dormouse. Dormouse now gets a special summon, we lose 300 life points. So we have TB11 set, we still have Malice and Underground. From here we can go ahead and go into Red Ransom, activate Red Ransom's effect to get our other Malice and Underground. Now we can go ahead and activate our Malice and Underground, and banishing a Malice card from our deck, we can go ahead and banish our Chessy Cat. Chessy Cat's effect, special summon herself, we lose 300 life points. Now we can activate Chessy Cat's other effect to banish our Malice and Underground, and then we get to draw 2 cards. We get our, okay, trap card, not the greatest, and Baldric. Actually, it's honestly not too bad. We can activate it. So actually, those are actually pretty good draws, honestly. Still haven't used our TB11 as well. We can go ahead and activate it now, banishing our Red Ransom, special summoning. Go ahead and put this over here. Red Ransom then gets a special summon herself back. We lose 900 life points. Then we can activate her effect to banish the Dotscaper from the deck. Dotscaper gets banished, gets special summon back. From here, we can go ahead and link these 3 off and go into our White Binder. White Binder, we can go ahead and banish our Chessy Cat, TB11, and our Dotscaper. So those cards are banished. We can now go ahead and activate White Binder's other effect to get our last trap from the deck. There we go. Then we can go ahead and set our GWC and then activate it, and banishing our White Binder to special summon our Dormouse. Then our White Binder gets special summoned as well, and we can go ahead and draw a card. We get Signet Mining. Not the greatest draw. So we still have the other banish set. From here, I feel like we can do a Bow Staff. We can go into our Heart Scriptor, or I feel like we're just gonna do the safe play. This is what I've been doing, just the Firewall Dragon stuff. Linking these 2 off, getting Firewall Dragon, activate Firewall Dragon, getting our Dormouse back to our hand for the next turn. So we have follow-up. We have 4 hand traps in hand as well, a Signet Mining, unfortunately, and we have the Banish set right here. So again, the combination of Nib, Infinite Impermanence, and Ash alone is going to stop most decks. Then we have, with just this, it is a Banish and then a Bounce. We're gonna go ahead and pass it to our opponent though, and then once we pass it, we can just go ahead and shotgun this to show you guys. Get Bysteel Baldric by banishing our White Binder. White Binder then gets special summon back. From here, we can go ahead and banish our GW06, and we can go ahead and banish our... So if we didn't draw our other trap cards, we would be able to banish our White Rabbit. Then White Rabbit would get special summoned, and we can go ahead and get our MTP07 just because we can. Then we can go ahead and get the draw from White Binder, and we get another Bysteel card. So kind of useless at the moment. However, if they did anything to our monsters, we can go ahead and get it on the field, and then that would get us Druid Worm. But with just this, we have a double bounce with the Firewall Dragon. We can go ahead and activate Bysteel Baldric as well to bounce our Red Ransom. That honestly might have been more ideal, to just go ahead and wait for that, for them to special summon a Link monster or any special summon monster from the extra deck. Then go ahead and bounce our Red Ransom with Baldric to banish it. Then we could have went into our White Binder, banished our Red Ransom, and brought that back as well. But we honestly don't even need to with the hand traps we have, plus the double bounce with the Firewall Dragon. Then we also have the additional banish with the MTP07. And then again, even if they were able to survive, we still have Signet Mining and Dormouse again for the follow-up turn. So as you can see, very layered. I really honestly love this deck. I feel like it is my favorite deck at the moment. I just love combo decks and getting lost in them and playing them incorrectly and still ending up with boards like this. As I said before, I am very new to the game, so my knowledge is not the greatest, but even with the limited knowledge I do have, I'm still able to end on boards like this. I am going to go to the drawing board and try and get some more in-depth guides for you guys, showing you more of the 1-card combos. But for now, I think that's all I got for you guys today. I'll catch you guys in the next video.